They basically did the Larry Bird to us yesterday. They said what they were going to do. They were going to shut down Tyler Hero. They're going to take that win at our place, and they're going to get ready for a big sweep. Some of the players sending out messages, saying some things. So before the game, the media met with Eric Spoelstra, and he hates press, much less pregame press. But one of the first questions asked to Eric Spoelstra was about the talk that the Cavaliers players were doing, whether it was bench players, whether it was starters. And Spo basically made a statement that encapsulated the entire Heat season. Once again, he was asked about some of the Cavaliers talking that talk.
Whatever. I think it was addressed yesterday. They won 2 games, so they're talking shit. It is what it is.
Now they've won 3 games, and they're going to continue talking more ish.
Does that not encapsulate? Whatever. Look, they've won 2 games. They're going to talk beep. It is what it is. Boom, out, gone. That's the season right there, Vlad. It's 3 games now. And tomorrow, is there any chance the Heat muster up a win? Hit some big shots, catch fire, win.
If the Cavs went out Saturday and Sunday, I mean, it's just, Miami in the weekend, I don't know. Is Liv still lit on a Sunday?
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, then maybe if they go out on a Sunday and,
take it for granted,
they do Heat Pride, like the movie Celtic Pride. Maybe
that's true.
Not to say that I want that to happen, but maybe, Donovan Mitchell suddenly is disappeared. I just don't see that happening, bro. I just don't see it happening. They're a way better team. They're a team that were the 1 seed. They're showing you why they were the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference and one of the top 2 teams all year long in the league. It is what it is, bro. If you thought it was gonna be the best you could have hoped for was a gentleman's sweep. And to me, game 3, first game at home, that's when you supposed, and they're not playing with an all-star, one of their backcourt. Like, you got to bust their ass. Like, you had to put a better effort. I don't want to say they bust their ass because, look, they're that deep of a team that they still can win, but it should have not been a 37-point blowout.
No,
bro.
And it shouldn't have been down by 20 pretty much the whole game. They were down by 20 at halftime. Had some big runs put on them. Obviously, that's why they're down 20-0. Not 20-0. They're down by 20 at halftime. Look, we told you going into this series it was going to be really tough, and my cousin Vladimir Louison told you it should be a sweep. I told you I'm going to stay optimistic. We win a game in this series. Of course, both are still on the board. My hope is this. You were embarrassed yesterday. It was embarrassing. Tyler Hero got shut down for the most part. Bam didn't look like himself. You actually played really well in game 2. Still couldn't find a way to win. You've never really been in this series to me at all. Maybe you get a little embarrassed. You have a little bit of pride, like you said, Vlad. And you say, this one's for us. Game 4, we're not going out like that. We're throwing everything. The kitchen sink. We're emptying the tanks. Maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers. And once again, I know this sounds bad. Maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers start looking ahead and saying,
ahead of what?
Next series. Just saying, look, this is done.
Dude, they're not going to be playing until next weekend after they sweep the Heat.
They're done mentally.
The only thing I'm thinking about is that if Kenny Atkinson is that, and he's a good coach, but if he's that hard ass, if they say, hey, coach, let's spend an extra day, these playoffs are going to be a grind. Let's, after we sweep Miami, let's spend an extra day in Miami. But maybe we're not going to play again until probably Saturday or Sunday because the Indiana-Milwaukee series after tonight, depending. Now, you're right. Depending. If Indiana beats Milwaukee and they take a 3-1 series lead going back to Indiana, then, you start thinking about, okay, we're probably going to have to face the Pacers in the second round. But you're going to be watching these games, all 4 games of the playoffs today. You're going to know who your next – you're definitely doing scouting report on your next matchup. So, yeah.
But maybe mentally checked out.
They're not mentally checked out. They're going to sweep.
Maybe tonight they say – I'm not going to say they're going to WoW. They're not going to go to Live or Space.
Dan,
but
they're going to Dan, stop. They're going to sweep. And look what you're looking for.
Let me talk through this, though.
No. But look what you're looking for.
You have to give options here.
Look what you're looking for.
No. I'm not. Hey,
you're asking, instead of just, do the adjustments, make the adjustments, but coaching staff and players, you're hoping that the other team, man.
That's what I'm saying. And I know Heat Nation probably, that's not what I do. No, I'm saying Heat, you have pride. You go out there at home, you empty the tanks, and at the same time, this is where the series is at. Don't be mad at me. Cleveland's a little mentally checked out. You know what? If we lose, who cares? We'll go back home and win in front of the home crowd. Game 5. Tonight, let's go out to eat, have a really nice dinner. Maybe an extra bottle of champagne.
No, stop, Dan. No, because it just sounds like you're. Come on, man. Stop. Don't do that.
I'm saying
you're smarter than that. Stop.
I'm saying that this stuff happens.
Maybe and somehow with all of that happening, that he could too pull it. Man,
that's what
I want to take with your glass. I want to dump that water with
what you don't understand.
I want to dump that glass of half full all over you.
I'm trying to paint the picture.
Stop painting pictures, because every time you've been painting pictures, they've been nonsense. Because the Heat are not that good.
Okay, so we just come on here and say it's a sweep tomorrow. It doesn't matter what the Heat do. The Cavaliers are just going to do whatever they want to do. No.
Yes.
And then if the Heat win tomorrow.
Okay, and what? Whoop-de-dad-do. 3-1. They could be. Stop.
Oh, no.
Stop.
No one is saying that this series is far from over. What we are saying is
it's over.
I'm saying that there is a route to a victory tomorrow, and I'm trying to paint the picture of how complicated it is going to be for the Miami Heat.
Ain't no complications. It's really gonna. They're gonna lose.
Heat get hot tomorrow. They've gotten hot before.
The weather. Yeah, the weather might be hot tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
Stop, man.
We're putting together what this series has come to, what this team has come to. It's come to Eric Spoelstra at points in the season saying, we don't know what's going on. We don't care. We're not making shots. Then yesterday, when asked, just shows his frustration. Goes, whatever. They're going to talk beep because they're up 2-0. It is what it is. Honestly, Spo probably, if he didn't have to do any more press, he could just leave it at that. We don't need to hear from Spo anymore this year.
I don't need to hear much from the team anymore after this year. You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the season to end, and then the end of the year Pat Riley press conference.
I think Pat Riley keeps his mouth shut. He'll talk, but he's not going to say anything crazy or do anything crazy. No, he knows what that situation got him into last year.
No, I think he's gonna be. I think he'll let it be known he's gonna be orca look. He's gonna be orca looking. He's gonna be well hunting.
He needs to.
So
because honestly, the way this team is now, not good enough,
dude. The first 3 games and what you said all season. You said this. They're not a talented team.
They don't have enough talent
to contend.
That was our only answer for everything that was going on this season. Honestly, I think we're avoiding the elephant in the room that maybe we just don't have enough talent. And it's obvious against Cleveland. One of the elite teams in the league. A team that can score, a team that can definitely defend. They have length, they have athleticism, they've got depth, they've got all types of talent on that team. And going into the playoffs, people said maybe they don't have enough playoff experience. They won a playoff series last year. They went deep into another playoff series last year, and they had a whole lot of wins during the regular season. No, you'll see. Heat are built for the playoffs.
We don't need talent. We have culture. That's what Cody posted. No, you know what's good with that culture? A lot of talent.
Yeah, Cody, love you.
If you don't have the talent, yeah.
Culture is bright when the talent is bright. Been a tough year for Bam. And I know Bam after the game. I was listening to the post game with Alejandro Solana and Tommy Tig as I was going out to 26 Degree Brewing for the luau. And I heard Bam saying, first of all, whether they win by 100 or they lose by 100, Bam sounds like he's about to die. He's just, but he goes, I've been in a 3-0 series where we were up. All of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, it was game 7. So you just got to hold the rope. Come on. That was Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics with Jimmy Butler and some more talent. This is round 1 as an 8 seed. And you have had no answers all season, much less this series. And yesterday was kind of a culmination of that. If we could have gotten a win game 2, literally, Vlad, if you look at the percentages and the scoring and the way the Heat played,
101-99.
45-1 when they put up those numbers going into that game.
101-99.
45-2.
Game 2. That was it. That was where the game they could have taken. I don't want to say they could have taken. They weren't going to take control of the series, but it really would have made the series interesting because now you know it's going 5 games at minimum if you had won game 2. But all right, you're going back home. 2 days off. you make the proper adjustments. They're talking trash. You're going home. It ain't Cleveland's not like New York or Boston, where the fans are gonna start coming to the Kaseya Center and buy the tickets, and it's like, half and half. No, that was all white hot. Heat fans were ready. Beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, early games.
Early game. So, like, man, this could have been something. You win game 3. Fans are happy. They're gonna definitely want to come back for Monday night game 4. Right now, I bet you Cleveland fans can get a lot of tickets for game 4 right now.
Heat haven't given you that much of a reason, or Cavaliers have taken away a lot of the reason to even get excited. This has
got smacked.
This is where it's at for us. I'll be proud of this team if they win
a quarter
tomorrow night. Even if they put up a good fight tomorrow and they lose, I mean, are you going to sit there and be like, proud of our guy? I mean, you're always proud of your guys, but I can't say like, oh, yeah, well, this season was, we're okay. We're okay.
They're done.
I think Spo said it best. Play it again. We're going to let Spo say it one more time, and I don't think we need to hear from Spo unless he does something absolutely crazy the rest of the season. One more time what Spo said before game 3.
Whatever. Like, yeah, I think it was addressed yesterday. They won 2 games, so they're talking shit. It is what it is.
As they should.
It is what it is, Vlad.
A great show. Shout out to Cam and Mace. That's a great show. But it is when it ain't. I'm gonna tell you what it is with the Heat. They're down 0-3, got smacked by 37, and they're playing game 4 tomorrow night live on national TV on TNT, and it will end. Because you want to say, hey, maybe the Cavs will play loose. Maybe the Cavs will be like, you know what? We win tonight. We have a week off. And you know what's very important in this grind of a postseason? Time off, where you can relax your body, reset your mind, and get ready for the second round and hopefully a prolonged playoff run. So you might see a focused number 1 seed who's been focused all year come tomorrow night and do what they've done the first 3 games.
Game 4 tomorrow night, 7:30, Kaseya Center. Whatever. It is what it is.